is now a society that we live in where opinions, come free-flowing. There are so many platforms. There is the social media. There was always the old school media. There was newspapers, televisions. Now everybody in India has an opinion which is expressed freely on various social media platforms. I want to ask you, did that ever affect you and your brother judges when you took decisions and wrote your judgments?
At a conceptual level, the role of the judiciary in a time of flux, in a time of change, in a time of a divided polity, is also to impart stability. That there are certain eternal values on which our society is based, the framework of our democratic governance is based. And therefore, much as we see a change going around us, whether it's in terms of the advent of the social media, the lower time spans for tolerance of young people in particular, at the end of it as judges, every judge needs to focus on what's the abiding or enduring value of a nation. And I think that sense of stability which the judges impart to the national fabric is crucial to maintaining peace and stability. Having said that, it would be almost hypocritical for me to say that judges are not impacted by what they hear or see on social media. A lot of times criticism about courts is extremely transient and inappropriate, because everybody believes that what you see in 20 seconds of a frame which is put forth on social media of a live streaming of a court hearing reflects the final outcome of a case, which isn't so. The final outcome of a case is what is dealt with in a judgment of the court, not the discussion or the dialogue which goes on in a court. But these are some of the challenges which social media does throw up for courts. And I think it's also important that we learn to train ourselves as judges, as lawyers, on the new normal, as it were, that social media is creating for us.
This new normal brings a lot of, what should I say, heartache, heartburn. Trolling is almost something that we've come to accept, whether in the media or whether anybody who's in public service or in public spotlight gets roses and gets brickbats. Do you often weigh the compliments that come your way versus the brickbats, and did it affect you when you were in the top job?
Well, no, not at all. For the simple reason that we live in a free society, and I personally value freedom of speech and expression. And when you value the marketplace of ideas and the freedom of speech and expression, you must give to people in society that liberty to be proportional and that liberty to be excessive at times. I saw some of those excesses in terms of the criticism which I faced or my colleagues faced on the bench. But even so, I think I have a great deal of optimism in the good side of humanity. And I think the good always triumphs over the evil. And I see that happening. If we don't live by a sense of optimism, what's the future for? And I think it's important that, we all live with a sense of optimism in what we can do to better society around us. Notwithstanding some of the hiccups, notwithstanding some of the roadblocks, notwithstanding some of the speed breakers. But so long as you keep your vision focused on what is the essential nature of the function which that institution, democracy, is supposed to fulfill, I think we are on the right path.
So, Justice